Kids, I love you. We just made stew, right? So we gotta make cornbread to pour the stew over. You can buy the little Jiffy cornbread mixes. They're delicious. I mean, they're good. But I'm gonna tell you, it's just almost as quick to do it just from scratch. Okay? So what we get is, here's my flour, all-purpose flour, 1 cup, 1 level cup, 1 cup of cornmeal. I'm using Aunt Jemima cornmeal. So you got 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of cornmeal, and you need, it says about 4 tablespoons of sugar. So what I do is my scooper in my sugar is a 1/4 cup. So I just do a 1/4 cup. Now to me that is just somewhat sweet cornbread. It's not like overly sweet, but it's you know, my mother is not a sweet cornbread person at all. She's just straight up cornmeal. But I'm not gonna lie, I do like a little sweet in my cornbread. I don't want it to be like cake, but I do like a little sweet. Okay, so now we do the sugar. We're gonna do 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, 1, 2, can y'all see? 2, 3, 4. 4 teaspoons of baking powder. It's a, you know, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Yeah, I'll just do it here and put my hand there. Get this going. I would say between 1/2 and a teaspoon of salt. Okay? Don't want it to be bland. Y'all do know that salt is like a flavor enhancer, right? So like if your food is really bland and you don't ever use salt, I'm just saying, you might consider that might be part of the cause. It's in here. I'm just giving it a rough, stirring the dry ingredients together, okay? Then, all we do, by the way, before you start, turn your oven on to 425 so it's hot. Heat it up to 425. Thanks. I'll get that going. Sometimes I forget the basic, you know, things I don't even think about. Okay, crack in an egg. Put in a cup of milk. I'm going to the store later, y'all. I'm getting 1/2 and 1/2. And I've done gone through this 1/2 gallon of milk. Cup of milk. Pour that in. 1/4 cup of oil. That is it. That is cornbread. I'm going to show you. See? I'm fixing to, let me see if I can fix this camera up. I'm thinking I'm going to look for a better camera holder. This is like ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's gonna take longer to set this camera up than it is to make cornbread, honestly. Anyway, you just stir it. You don't overbeat cornbread. You don't overbreed it. This is a dough whisk, by the way. I love it. Just like that. Just get it wet, okay? Now, while that's sitting there, that's it. The cornbread is like all but done. Now, I'm just gonna pour some oil in here. I use like a 9-inch square pan. You can use a pie plate or a square pan. I don't have a small enough cast iron skillet for this recipe. My cast iron skillet's huge. So, I just oiled the pan because you like it to get browned. Whoa! Dadgummit. Y'all, I'm gonna get this taken care of, I promise. I promise. There. I didn't know I was gonna be doing this whenever I bought that thing. I'm gonna go buy a better one. Anyway, you literally dump it in here. Nudge it around. I usually let it set a couple of minutes. I heard that one time to get a better rise on like corn muffins and cornbread, let it set a couple of minutes before you put it in the oven. Once you get it, ready to go in the oven. So that's what I do a lot of times. You can see my stew's still simmering over there on the stove. It'll be ready just any time now. But we're just gonna have stew and cornbread out of the leftover roast and carrots. So I am going to save time, I won't let it set a couple of minutes. It's not that big of a deal. If you do, it's good. If you don't freak out. Nothing's gonna happen. Let me see, let me get my oven open so I can pop it in there. But do you see how quick that was to make homemade cornbread? And I'll come back and show y'all what it looks like. You cook it about 20 to 25 minutes. Probably, I'm at 25 minutes. I like everything brown. I am one of those people. There's people that likes everything doughy and not so done, and then there's people that likes things brown and crispy, and I'm brown. I want it browned. So I'll check back with you when it's done and let you see what it's like. Okay, y'all. I set the timer on 20 minutes. And it just went off. See? It's just a nice brown on the top, a golden, So it's ready to come out. And there it is, the homemade cornbread. I will come back when I'm got it cut and buttered. Okay, y'all, here we are. We're just gonna cut it. And take out a slice and butter it. I'm not so straight with my lines, but that's okay. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Never heard anybody complain. Because they don't want to do the cooking, right? Now see? done all the way through. Pretty tall. I'm just gonna stick some butter in here. Uh-oh, that happened. Then you have your good cornbread. Butter's gonna melt up in there. And we'll pour stew over it in a little bit. Simple. Homemade cornbread is so simple. What was that video? I mean, it was short. Very simple. You can do it. I know you can. Love you.